Welcome, Virgo, to your reading for the second half of November. For the first house in your reading, we have, oh, sorry, upside down, the Three of Swords. So in the first house that represents you, your essence, and everything that represents you at this time, the Three of Swords is about how you can alleviate yourself from suffering. It speaks to old wounding that may still be present in whatever that will come up over the next 2 weeks. However, it's not saying that the wounding will be there. It's about the process and the insights that's coming from that experience. So what's the clarifier saying with that, friend?
We've got the Knight of Pentacles. And was that just the Three of Swords? Because that comes
Yeah.
up an awful lot with you, Virgo. I just had to check on like again.
Yeah.
So the Knight of Pentacles is a very paused energy. He's hesitating, he's risk averse. And I think because of this wounding that you've experienced, it's just made you a little tentative. And that's infused with your identity, which is the first house. It's all about, your identity, what makes you you. So I feel that you are healing from this, but you just might be noticing that extra pause you're taking to do things. So just have compassion for that. And maybe just a little affirmation, I am safe to do dot, 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 or maybe doing something to make yourself feel safe.
Mm. Yeah, lovely. Thanks, Fran. In the second house, Virgo, you have, oh, the Queen of Wands. This is the first appearance in this reading this fortnight of the Queen of Wands, but it's so reassuring because in the second house of wealth, value, what brings you resources and skills is the Queen of Wands. Her unique energy, she stands out. She's not afraid to be who she needs to be. And that's going to actually bring you more worth and value. So Virgo, how can you actually peel back some of the protective layers of, oh, I'm afraid if people knew this about me, it would end badly. How can you kind of present that at your workplace and be known for it and add to your value? Let's see what the clarifier says.
Lovely. Oh, okay. We've got this is very much you. This is the Seven of Wands. This is all about determination. You are a very determined sign, and what you've survived really speaks to that. So, this determination in your second house of what you're resourced with, your talents, gifts, skills, and abilities. This suggests that what you are resourced with is your determination, and this is going to bring about the success and it's going to bring about your abundance, all the stuff of the second house, which is ruled by Venus. Do you know why I'm laughing? Which is ruled by Venus, which is about beauty, sensuality, abundance. Yeah, really great, strong placement, Virgo.
So good. In the third house, Virgo, you've got the Tower card. That's, okay, try again. Here we go. I'm teary. Let's go. All right. I was just,
Welcome to
I
my
was trying
world
to
of
like,
word salad. It's
I was just,
contagious.
I was trying to get cat hair out of my nose while you were talking. I was like, I hope it doesn't look like I'm picking my nose. Anyway, it's the black cat from the all right. Virgo, in your third house, you've got the Tower card. So in the third house of communication, ideas, the Tower represents insight, like a lightning strike of knowledge, wisdom that comes out of a crisis type event that happened in the past. But this is actually going to inform your communication and ideas really well at this time because it's coming from a place of authenticity and experience. And it's something that it's not airy-fairy, it's not wishy-washy. You know what you're talking about because you've lived through it. And you can really well support people who are going through a similar thing. So let's see what the clarifier says with how that can happen.
And the tower is all about change. So I feel like it's changing your thinking and your communication. You feel courageous enough now to sort of bring in this change. So that's exciting. You have, oh wow, beautiful. You have the always welcome high priestess. So this in your third house of communication, thoughts, imagination. The high priestess, she's about the sky's the limit. She's deeply intuitive. So your communication and your ideas are going to be informed by your intuition. And as a result of that, the sky's the limit, Virgo.
Lovely. In the fourth house, Virgo, we've got the Knight of Wands. So some kind of message is rushing into that space of home, chosen family, family of origin, whatever feels comfortable for you. I feel like it may also be an idea coming in because the wands represent passionate energy and ideas. But either way, it's not going to be standing still and stagnant. That's really reassuring. And maybe it's just representing change as well, similar to the Tower card. So yeah, paying attention to how that may manifest with family as well. What's the clarifier saying, Fran?
Oh, wow. Okay, we've got Tower again. So change is coming in for you very clearly. So don't be alarmed by the Tower. It's not negative. It really is just a change that needs to happen. It means you're no longer stuck. It's transformation, and it's kind of end of establishment and creating a new establishment. So something at home is changing for the better, is what I get there for you, Virgo.
Yeah, great message coming through. In the fifth house, we have the High Priestess. So we just had two double cards in a row, or almost in a row. But that High Priestess is harkening back to the third house of communication, and the Tower was in the fourth house. So this is kind of like a string between communication, home, and now creative self-expression and the inner child. All those things seem to be linked somehow with like a speedy message and using your intuition. Let's see what the clarifier says with that.
Hmm. Oh, beautiful. You have the Ace of Wands. So this is out with the old, in with the new. It's like a breath of fresh air. It's so inspiring. So, yeah, really lovely card to have in this placement, Virgo. So go with the inspiration. Don't second guess it. Don't have fear about the past or it didn't work out then. Just go with this inspirational energy. You are supported through this change.
Very much so. There's so much happening. I'm just getting a really strong sense of change coming through. In the sixth house, you've got again a change card. We've got the six in the sixth house, Six of Swords.
Mm.
So leaving the shore for another future, another horizon. Whatever it is that you're leaving behind, it's to do with work. This is in your house, Virgo, making decisions, something to do with health. So it's yeah, there's maybe you've been sitting in a bit of stuckness for a while, and this is the reading you've been waiting for to actually move forward. Second half of November, heading towards the end of the year, it's going to be coming before the new year comes around. Let's see what the clarifier says.
Lovely and really powerful in your house, Virgo. You rule the sixth house.
Mm,
Oh, wow. This is a very strong card. So the Five of Swords is about victory. So you are having a victory, something to do with work, something that you're working on. So this is a victory that has been hard won. So if you feel that it's a little bit David and Goliath energy. So this is the victory that you thought you couldn't have. This is almost like the impossible victory, but it is happening for you. So whatever you're working on, it can be workplace or just generally whatever you're working on, victory, Virgo. V is
love
for
that.
victory and V is for Virgo.
Yes, yeah, that's so good. Seventh house, you've got the strength card. This is the card for Leo. So Virgo, maybe there's a Leo coming into the picture somehow. They're helping you achieve some patience that needs to be had in relationships. Maybe they're testing your patience actually, or maybe this is a strength that you're cultivating in yourself around your relationships to others and yourself. Either way, it's not something that can be forced. It's very delicate and takes a lot of refinement and time, which is just your forte, Virgo. And I think you can really rely on the skills and strengths you've already cultivated to trust that in your relationships now, you mean business. There's no messing about. You've done the hard yards and you're looking for someone that's going to match that energy. So, what's the clarifying card saying, Fran?
Oh, magnificent.
It's
King of
so
Pentacles, Virgo, showing up in your relationship. So, this is a person who has done the work and he really knows how to enjoy his abundance. He has a special skill, talent, gift, or ability. That's how you recognize him or her, whatever you're into. And I feel like in this relationship, you're going to enjoy abundance together. It feels very supportive. The King of Pentacles is a builder, and he's very steady. He wants to build something. For those of you who like a little bit spicy, he might be a little bit straighty 180 for you, but perhaps you can bring out the wild side in the King of Pentacles.
I love that. Yeah, so it doesn't matter if a king or a queen shows up in the reading, it could be any gender, it could be a trans person, we don't know. So it's whatever you're into. In the eighth
Click it how
house,
it resonates.
yeah,
That old
sorry.
chestnut. Oh, chestnut.
Good old chestnut. In the eighth house, we have the Six of Pentacles. The eighth house is transformation, change, and shared resources. A really good card to have in this placement because it is about sharing out and supporting others around you, but it's also about paying attention to what you're getting back in return. Are you giving out too much? Do you feel more like the person handing out the crumbs or the person receiving them in this image? And where are the scales tipping in favor of who? How are you actually sustaining yourself? Let's see what the clarifier says.
The clarifier says death, but
Okay.
transformation, Virgo. So this isn't literal death,
Yeah.
so do not be alarmed. And this is the perfect card for this placement. So the eighth house is all about transformation, and the death card is about transformation, renewal, and rebirth. So I just feel that what this is saying is you're coming into a whole new life, a whole new way of being at this time, deeply transformational. So brand new world for you, Virgo.
Mm. I just had the I'm not going to include this in the video, by the way, but I just had the most stupidest like premonition of the crumbs that the person's handing out. He was actually like deliberately poisoning people, like trying to kill them, and that's how Virgo's fulfilled. I understand that. That's very anyway.
Poison laced crumbs. I love it. The crumbs
Poison.
are
It's not even like a five-course meal, it's just crumbs, and even then they'll still take it. It's just something,
still deadly.
yeah,
Yeah.
deadly crumbs. Oh my God.
Only deadly crumbs for you and not deadly in the good way.
That's the title for this video. All right. Virgo, in your ninth house, you've got the Ten of Cups. So something is feeling really completed, something really fulfilled at this time. The ninth house is about expansion, higher thinking, and higher mind. And I don't feel like it could get any better than this. So let's see what the clarifier says, how it's going to happen.
Oh, wow. Interesting. I feel like the Five of Cups showing up in your house of expansion, travel, adventure. It's ruled by Jupiter, so it's good luck. I feel like you're able to enter into this period because you have done your grieving. And not that grief ever has an end point, but you're able to enter into this beautiful period of expansion and adventure because you've done your legitimate grieving, is what I get there, Virgo.
Cool. In the 10th house, Virgo, you've got the Devil card. This card came up in the 10th house in another reading. I don't remember which one, but there was something, maybe, yeah, I can't remember. But the Devil card represents sometimes unhealthy habits. It can represent addictions or kind of self-limited restraints because the chains that can be lifted easily off the necks of the unlucky individuals below. However, the Devil can also just represent mischief, playfulness, creativity, silliness. And this is playing out in the public field somehow, Virgo. I get the sense that there was a message coming through about maybe work. I don't know. I'm getting a message through that's saying allow this to actually happen publicly. It may be a really important learning experience for you. Actually, in the second house, I think letting your uniqueness shine through. So with the 10th house, the devil could also represent leaning into the shadow side of things, and that's actually going to really benefit you in your career. Let's see what the clarifier says.
I feel like you've had dealings with toxic people in the workplace. So the devil can sometimes represent
Okay.
toxicity, toxic people. So that's showing up in the 10th house of your career. You have dealt with toxic people, but you are the positivity of this reading, particularly the King of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands, suggests that you're healing from this and you can leave this well and truly in the past. And the clarifier is saying the Hanged Man. So I feel like you're entering into, or you are in a period of suspension because of these toxic people that have shown up in your workplace. Maybe you're tied up in something with them, or there's just fear that there's going to be a recurrence of it. So you're like, oh, better not step forward. So there's this state of suspension because of these toxic people in the past. I feel like there's so much suggesting rebirth and renewal in this reading. You can leave this behind, Virgo.
Yeah, really good point, Fran. In the 11th house, we have the Two of Wands. So, the Two of Wands card is about adventure, travel, expanding your horizons. Maybe you're wishing for an opportunity to go on an adventure, either that being physically or mentally in your mind, looking at different perspectives. And I guess the Two of Wands also speaks to longing for that. Yeah, that travel. If you're not able to achieve that at the moment, it's something that may come very soon in the future of these next couple of weeks. What's the clarifying card saying, Fran?
Oh, beautiful. The lovers showing up in your 11th house of hopes and dreams and wishes. So, for those of you who are wishing for love, it's a coming. For those of you who don't want love, this is suggesting a deeper relationship with your higher self. So, really positive.
Beautiful. And finally, in your last house, Virgo, you've got the King of Swords. So, in the house of all things hidden, taboo, and transformational, the King of Swords represents transformation itself. He has a lot of experience and knowledge garnered after he's been through the sequences of going from page to knight to queen, and now the King of Swords. He knows what he's doing. He's also not jaded. I feel like he's very wise and comfortable in his position. And this is actually going to be the outcome of your transformation if you pay attention to what emerges in the 12th house for you, Virgo. So let's see what the clarifier says with that.
Oh, wow, beautiful. The clarifier is justice. So, justice in your 12th house. So, the 12th house is all about, as Em was saying, the parts of you that are hidden or unconscious that want to be made conscious or visible. They want to be out in the world. I feel that justice is about balance. The justice card is about balance. So, balancing this transformation. I also feel that the transformational work that you have done, the work that you have done around bringing the hidden aspects of yourself and making them more visible, is going to pay off through justice coming in for you. So I feel like there's an unlikely victory, both a spiritual victory in the 12th house of all things spiritual, and as I always say, as within, so without. There's also going to be an unlikely victory for you happening in the world, Virgo. So, how positive. Thank you so much for being here. I just think this is an incredible reading. The takeaway is rebirth, renewal, and brand new life for you is on the horizon. So, remember, please, to like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you soon, Virgo.